Hi students, this is Jyoti here from Real Education Center. See, before we start this chapter of science, let me show you something. Can you see this picture on your screen? So, this has some stickers on it, this refrigerator, it has some sticker on it, alright? And it's well attached to the door. Then you might have tried to close the door. Even if you close it halfway, the door would be closed. All right? Means you don't have to close the door properly. With just little bit distance, the door would close, okay, by itself. Now, you must have seen compass box like this, okay? And this type of pin holders. So, in this type of pin holders, the pin seems to be sticking to this holder, right? And in this type of pencil box, you know, this lid, it fits tightly when we close it, okay? Without even locking arrangement. It doesn't have even any locking arrangement, right? But still, it would be closed properly, right? Now, why is it so? Why the door would close? Why, without any locking arrangement, this lid would be, it would fit tightly on this? And why these pins, these pins would attach to this thing here? Because all these things have magnets, of course, you know this, right? Yes, even the sticker, right? The sticker is sticking here. Now, why so? Because it has magnet in it. And you might have seen magnets and you might have even enjoyed playing with the magnets, right? So, this is what we are going to talk about. That is fun with magnets, right? So, this is our lesson today of science, fun with magnet. Now, what is magnet? But before we start with the definition, let me tell you one story. All right? So, here we start. See, there was this shepherd, okay? There was this shepherd. His name was Magnus, all right? And he lived in ancient Greece, right? So, this is a shepherd. His name was Magnus and he lived in where? Greece, right? So this is how the story. Now, he lived in ancient Greece. Now, what happened is he used to take his herd of sheep and goats to the nearby mountains for grazing, of course. And he would take a stick with him to control his herd. So this is the stick with him which he would take to control his herd. Now, the stick had a small piece of iron. See, look at this. The stick had a small piece of iron attached to one end. And one day, what happened was, he was surprised, because, he found out that he had to pull hard to free his stick from rock on the mountains. So, he found that he had to pull this stick very hard. Okay, means not quite easily he could detach it from the rock. All right, so it seemed as if the stick was getting attracted by the rock. This is what he was found. Okay, the stick was being attracted by the rock. And then these people found out that this rock to which it was getting attracted to, this iron tip was getting attracted to, it was the natural magnet. All right, because it attracted, it was natural magnet and it attracted this stick, that iron end of the stick. And this is how natural magnet was discovered. Okay, so before we actually start looking at the definition, this was the story. All right, and this kind of rock were given the name magnetite. this kind of rocks were given the name of magnetite? Maybe because the name of the shepherd was Magnese. Okay, and so from this we can say that magnetite is a natural magnet because it's found in nature. Magnetite is a natural magnet. All right, and this magnetite contains a chemical called iron oxide. All right, even some people believe that magnetite was first discovered at a place called Magnesia, and that's why also this is the name. So this is how the story was. All right, for the natural, how did they find out magnetite? All right, so now let's look at the definition, that what is magnet. All right, well, so now let's look at the definition of magnet. So what is magnet? Okay, see, we know that there was this substance which has the property of attracting iron, right? So we can say that here we can say that the substance having the property of attracting iron are known as magnets. Okay, so they are known as magnets. Now see, it can be any material, right? Any material, if that material or substance has the ability to attract iron or iron mixed substance sometime, then they are called magnet, right? So any material that has this property of attracting iron is called magnet. All right, now this property of attracting itself, okay, this property itself is known as magnetism. So the substance is known as magnet, and the property of this substance of attracting iron is called magnetism. All right, then the force which we are talking about here. So the force that the magnet exerts on iron, the force that this magnet exerts on iron is called magnetic force. All right, now we are talking about this magnetism, magnetic force. But what about the substance which is being attracted by this magnet? All right, so let's talk about it. So the substance that are attracted by magnet are called magnetic substance. What are the example? Iron, nickel and cobalt. See, it can be only iron, nickel or cobalt, or it can be mixture of these substances. All right, so any of these things can be attracted by magnet because it has these substances, these things have iron ores in them. All right, that's why. So substances that are attracted by magnet are called magnetic substance, and substances that are not attracted by magnet are called non-magnetic substance, naturally. Of course, because see, gold, silver, aluminum, wood, plastic and rubber, these are not attracted by magnet. You must have played with magnet, you know that, right? You can't make any plastic or rubber substance or wood substance. You know, you can't make it attracted by the magnet. All right, so these type of substances which are not attracted by magnet, they are called non-magnetic substance. All right, so this is how we have seen the story of the how did they find out magnet, and then we talked about what is magnet, sorry. Now see, we have seen that magnet has some special properties. What are these special properties? That we will see in our next session.